Welcome to Chair Yoga. Today we'll be doing the third eye. So get ready, make sure that you're comfortable, stable in your chair. Make sure that we have props, whether it be belt. Remember, you can always use towels, you could use ties. There's all sorts of things that you can improvise with the belt. As well as there's blocks and balls. We will be using maybe the ball or a block today as we can squeeze those inner thighs to help us with our core and our pelvic floor. So getting comfortable here, finding your place in your chair. Make sure that the glutes are firmly grounded into the chair evenly and that you have your knees hip-width distance apart here. And those knees stack right above your ankles. The toes point straight forward. You're starting to tuck the abs in. We could roll the shoulders back. We're starting to lengthen, imaginary line coming all the way through the crown of the head as it reaches up. That means we're lengthening through the neck. The heart's going to lift. The abs are going to tuck in. We're gently shutting the eyes here for a moment as we have nice deep breaths. We're going to center and focus our thoughts, our mind, and our body. So here we're inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Inhaling, coming into our present moment. And exhaling, feeling the body exhale as well as we contract on those exhales, navel to spine. Inhale, expanding. Can you feel the body expand with the breath? And exhale, releasing, letting the shoulders go. And as we have our focus here, mind, body, let's bring our attention to the third eye. You can gently tap on the third eye. This is above and between the brows. The actual center for the third eye is the pineal gland between left and right brain. So if you're going to take a line between here, between the brows and above, and then a line from the cervical vertebrae, and right in between here, right directly in the center is our pineal gland. And our pineal gland is shaped like a pine cone. So you could close the eyes, maybe even bringing an indigo blue. So here, this is when we open our mind, our third eye, imagining the indigo blue sky that we have at night speckled with stars. And how the sky moves on forever, bringing in that infinite space. Clearing the mind as the thoughts dissipate like clouds in the sky. I am open to my intuition. I am guided by my insight. And you could either keep the eyes shut or you can start to open the eyes. We're going to come into our seed mantra. For the third eye, that is Om. So let's inhale to Om. Om. Inhale to Om. Om. Inhale to Om. Om. And now just quietly allow that vibration through the head, through the sinuses, feeling it through the throat, feeling it all the way through all of our chakras. Noticing the difference, the vibration that you've created in the body, the mind. Taking a moment to find our peace, our present moment. letting everything else just melt away. Feeling just a little bit more present here, we're going to open the eyes. As we open the eyes, let's go ahead and grab a hold of the belt. We're going to inhale and just lengthen all the way up, reaching up, stretching through the arms. Abs still stay tucked in. Exhale, let's release that all the way back down. Inhale, lengthen up through the arms and fingertips. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, lengthening back up. And this time as we exhale, it's tilt, lateral flexion to one side. Inhale, lengthen back up. Exhale, tilting to the opposite side. Inhale, lengthen up. Lateral flexion, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, last lateral flexion. Inhale, lengthen up. And let's exhale, start to release the belt right on top of the lap. Release the arms. Let's start to draw the shoulders all the way up to the ears. Exhale as you release the shoulders all the way down, reaching through the fingertips. We're going to add the head to this. Let's inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Start to lift the gaze up. Exhale, let's bring the shoulders down, even drawing through the fingertips as we draw the chin into chest. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, let us release down, stretching through the fingertips, chin into chest. Inhale, lengthen back up through the shoulders, chin up. And exhale, last one, chin into chest, reaching down through the fingertips. Let's just inhale to neutral here. Make sure that we're either sitting back in our chairs long enough or sitting back far enough that we can bring this belt without getting hooked onto the chair, or maybe you come forward so that the chair isn't affecting this. So let's go ahead and open up. We're going to inhale, come up. Remember, when we come back and bring that rope back, we're not bending the elbows in any way. We're keeping length in those arms. So how we keep length is if it feels tense, simply just open up on that belt. Allow yourself to slowly find where that is, what length you have, what length is appropriate for you, your shoulders, your arms. And we're going to slowly release back and behind us. If you find that that's too easy, same thing. You're just going to cinch up. So let's inhale, lengthen all the way back overhead, and exhale, release down. Remember to keep the abs tucked in so that we're pressing that low back slightly out so that we're not hurting that low back by drawing in. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen back up. And exhale, bring it back behind you. Find where you can do this, and it's somewhat challenging. You want it to open through the shoulders and the arms. Releasing forward, still using the breath here. Let's inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, lengthening back. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming back down. As we release the belt, maybe across the lap, let's take a twist. Lateral, hand moves to the lateral side. You can grab a hold of the chair. Remember to lengthen tall, vertebrae stacking, twisting. This time we're adding another couple of breaths here. Releasing that, we're just going to slowly move to the other side. So lateral side of the leg, other hand behind the chair, lengthen tall, stacked vertebrae. Trying to gaze behind you as we twist. And bring it back forward. Let's grab a hold of the belt again, this time around a foot. So you bring it around the ball of the foot. We're going to extend straight out. Make sure that that other foot, knee, ankle alignment, toes point straight forward, grounding. Nice deep breaths here, lengthening through the body, abs tucked in, as well as lengthening through the leg. Now we're going to give opposite hand here to the belt. So whatever leg, it's the opposite hand. You could wrap it. Then you're going to start to lift slightly up. As you do, make sure that you have that length in the spine. And we're going to twist again over that side. So same leg, you're twisting that direction. Opposite arm hangs onto the belt. And let's come forward. And this time as we come forward, you can bring that hand down to the side. You're trying to face off forward here, shoulders forward. You're going to gently pick up the leg a little bit more and try and draw it over to that opposite side. So that arm that's on that side, you're pulling, the elbows bending, and you're pulling over to that side, trying to cross the leg while it's lengthened. And breathing here as we keep tall and stacked in the torso and the vertebrae. And let's go ahead and gently release that. We're going to move to the opposite leg. So as we move to the opposite leg, remember the towel or belt comes around the ball of the foot. We're going to lift it up and lengthen first. Remember the shoulders are relaxed, the heart is lifted, the abs are tucked in, we have stacked vertebrae. Our other leg is firmly planted into the ground. Nice deep breaths. We're getting in touch with the breath here. Remember, it's the opposite hand to the leg. So wrap the belt around the hand. And this time, as we lengthen that leg, we're going to just take that other arm behind the chair, lengthen through the torso, and twist. And let's go ahead and gently release that, coming back forward. Now, while we still have that belt in hand, this arm can rest on the leg down by your side, wherever it's comfortable, so that you're now facing forward. We're just going to pick it up just a little bit more, bend that elbow, and draw it over like you're trying to cross the leg. But the leg is lengthened, so we're not bending the knee. The knee will have a micro bend. Make sure that it does have a micro bend so that we're not hurting our knee joint here. And let's go ahead and exhale. We're going to release that. We're also going to release the belt for now. You can bring it to the side. You can still lay it across the lap if you would like. I'm going to use a ball today. I believe you can probably use a block or brick as well. Make sure that you use one or the other. We want to engage our pelvic floor today. So sitting in a chair might be a little more difficult. Maybe we come forward because we don't want it between the knees. We want it actually about an inch or two above the knees so that we can squeeze and still have that hip width distance apart. So here I'm using a block. I did scoot forward. Another option, if you have a small ball, this is a weighted ball. You don't have to use a weighted ball. It's just the only option I have right now. So any kind of ball that is small enough that you can bring between those inner thighs. Remember, it's a couple inches above the knee, so I've scooted forward enough to allow that. I'm still grounding here, my glutes into the chair. I have feet hip width distance apart, but I've added my inner thighs. I'm squeezing this ball or block. And as we do that, we're having our root chakra engaged. So we're drawing in. We have our root lock. We're drawing in on those muscles, and we're pulling up through the body. So imagine that drawing in, tighten the muscles, going in towards each other, center at the end of the tailbone, and then draw up through the spine. Adding the navel, drawing in, also sitting nice and tall. So here we've engaged our pelvic floor and our inner thighs. As we do, let's bring our arms to the side. Maybe we hang on to the chair for a little bit of support. As we squeeze the legs together, let's go ahead and inhale. Lengthen one leg out, toes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale the opposite leg, toes up. And exhale, bring it back down. Keep lengthening the spine, those abs are tight. Inhale. Leg comes up, toes towards the ceiling. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, opposite leg. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Body movement with the breath. Inhale, leg extension. Exhale, releasing. We're going to move to pointed toes. Inhale, point the toes away now. Exhale, bring it down. So we're doing plantar flexion. Point the toes away. Inhale. Exhale. Still find that length in the back. Inhale. Abs engaged. Inner thighs engaged. Exhale. Pelvic floor engaged. Inhale. Point the toes. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Point the toes. Exhale. Last one for the opposite side. Inhale, point the toes. Exhale. Let's keep that engaged. Here we're going to come maybe just a little bit more forward. Maybe you're forward enough. We want to bring our soles of the feet directly down to the ground, grounding. We're having hands on top of our knees. We're going to move into cat and cow. So right now the shoulders rolled back, lengthen through the spine. We have a nice flat back, length through the neck. Take a nice deep inhale, expanding breath. Squeeze the inner thigh still. As we exhale, navel to spine, compress. Navel to spine, chin into chest. As we inhale, draw the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. Draw the heart forward, expand. Inhale. Exhale into cat, compressing cat. Inhale, expanding cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Sitting nice and tall. Maybe we're still comfortably on the edge of the seat. Remember, you're not too far forward that we're tipping forward or that we have any insecurities. We want to make sure that we're nice and stable, safe here. Let's inhale, lift the arms. We're going to move into a little bit of salutations. Exhale, first releasing the arms all the way down. We're going to move into our forward fold on the next time. So let's inhale. Remember, we keep the flat back. Exhale, arms come out to the side. Let the heart lead forward. Keep the back flat, abs tucked in, lengthen. Inhale, let's open back up, lengthen overhead. Legs engaged. Exhale, forward, fold again. Extending through the back. Inhale, lengthen back up. Exhale, coming forward and down. Let the heart lead. Inhale, drawing all the way up. Exhale, twist open to our left side. Arm comes forward, the other arm comes back. Look over the shoulder. Let's inhale, lengthen back up and over. Keep the inner thighs engaged. Exhale, opposite direction. Twisting, lengthening arms, looking over shoulder. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open and lengthen. Exhale, open to the side. Keep the arms lengthened, looking over shoulder. Inhale. Exhale over the other side. Inhale, lengthening forward. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, release, forward fold, heart leads. Inhale, opening back up. Exhale, twist open. Inhale, open, lengthen, forward front. Exhale, twist open the other side. Inhale, open and lengthen. Exhale, release. Let's go ahead and take that ball or brick block and move it to the side. All right, so from here, let's move slightly back. Now we're just going to find where it's comfortable. Every chair is different. So we're going to open our legs. We want our legs to be nice and wide for our moon, sunflowers, our side angles, and some of our warriors here. So let's go ahead and find where it is comfortable, secure in your seat. Find where that is, where the most comfortable, where you don't feel anything cutting off, any kind of nerves or circulation. You want to have that circulation. You want to be comfortable. The legs are open to your comfort. That could be shoulder width distance apart. It could be greater, wherever you're comfortable. Remember, knees point the same direction as your toes. Knees also align with our ankles, so it should be a long, straight line here. As we press soles of the feet down into the ground, let's inhale and lengthen the arms up and over. Let's exhale and come into our sun pose. So this is a holding pose. Let's do palms face up, extending through the arms, abs tucked in. We're still moving into that root lock. So remember what we did before with our root lock. We're tucking those abs in. We're securing those muscles, tightening towards each other and center and lifting up through the vertebrae. Focusing on the breath. Nice deep inhales and exhales. One more breath here. And let's exhale. Rotate those hands till palms now face down. Shoulders are a little more relaxed maybe here. And then let's rotate palms face forward. We're going to sweep one arm all the way over to meet or come close to the other. We're even going to turn the body. We're going to act like a bow and arrow here. So we're going to grab a hold of that bowstring and we're going to draw back. Let it be the elbow that shifts all the way back. Keep looking over to where the arrow is pointing. Then extend through the arm, opening as we inhale. Let's exhale, sweep it back across. Looking to that side, grab a hold of the string. We're opening, drawing back with the elbow, then extending through the hand. Sweep across. Grab a hold of the string, pull back through the elbow, open all the way up. One more time. And lengthen all the way back. Rotate to palms face down, come back to head center. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to look over the other arm, palms face forward again. Sweep the opposite arm all the way over. Grab a hold of that bow. Pull the string back, elbow comes back. We're looking at where the arrow points. Open all the way out. Again, sweep that arm. Let it rotate forward to that other arm. Draw back. Elbow points all the way to the outside. And then opens back up. Sweep around. Grab a hold of that string, pull back. We have intent here. Our feet are stable. Our arms, our abs are contracted. Again, coming all the way over. Grab a hold of the string, draw back, open up. Palms face down. Let's look forward again and release the arms. As we release the arms, take a moment here. We're going to draw our shoulders back up to the ears, inhaling and exhaling, letting that go. Again, inhale, draw the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, releasing. We want to come now into more of a stretch. We're still stabilizing through our feet, our legs. We're still pressing down into the soles of the feet, our abs contracted. Let's bend one elbow, palm faces up. Start to hinge, come down. Remember, we're not folding into it. We're lengthening. So you press down into the forearm, lengthen through that torso. When you're ready, you can always bring hand to hip. You could look over that shoulder. You could bring that arm coming all the way back to the other hip behind you. Or you can reach that arm all the way up, stretching through the side body. And then we're going to extend. Let's lengthen all the way overhead if we can. And start to sweep it all the way back up. As we come up, let's rotate torso forward, bring the other arm up. Let's bring palms face forward. Exhale, cactus arms or goalpost arms. Palms face forward. You can spread through the fingers. Start to draw those shoulders, elbows back. Keep the abs tight, length through the torso. We're in our goddess pose here. So nice deep breaths. Remember to contract the abs in as we exhale. And let's exhale, slowly release the arms. We're going to come to the opposite side. Palm faces up, hinge at the elbow, press down, lengthen through the body. Options with the other arm, behind the back, on the hip, behind the back, reaching for the other hip. Or you can extend all the way up. Remember to always check in with your body. Find your boundaries. And then focus on the breath. Let's go ahead and stretch all the way overhead, lengthening through. Let's exhale, slowly release that. Come back to center. Come all the way back up. Let's inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. We want to move into some sun and moonflowers here. So let's inhale, lengthen up. Moving into a moonflower, palms face forward. Exhale, draw the elbows down towards the ribcage. Let the heart lift. Let those shoulders roll back. We're squeezing the scapulas and shoulders back and down. Elbows come towards the ribcage. Palms face forward. Heart lifts, abs tuck in. Let's start to inhale and sweep up and over again. We're going to move right into sunflower. Remember, it's a big circle. Exhale. You can hinge forward at the hips. Let the heart lead. Let the back be flat. Drawing down. Nice big circle. Inhales us back up. Remember, if you don't want to move, if it affects you to hinge forward like that, you can always stay up. Let's go ahead and move back into our moonflower. Exhale, elbows come down to the rib cage. Inhale, let's lengthen back up. We're taking our time. We're being intentful with our movements and our breath. Back into sunflower, I'm going to show the other option. Instead of hinging forward, you can just open those arms. Keep the length in the spine. You still make the full circle here. Inhale, lengthen all the way up and over. Exhale, moonflower. Elbows come back down. Shoulders roll back. Heart lifts. Abs tuck in. Inhale, lengthening up and over. Exhale, option to hinge forward for your sunflower. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, moonflower. Inhale. Exhale, sunflower. Option to hinge forward. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's go ahead and heel, toe, back, the legs into hip width distance apart. Coming backward is comfortable at hip width distance apart. Here, we have a few options. I have a bigger brick or block. Some of you may not have this, that's okay. If you can find our hip width distance apart, if it doesn't work for you to have a lengthened block, this is just an option, maybe a big book. Trying to find options here to lift us a little bit off the lap. So we're coming into our windmills, and how I do that usually, one option, of course, is with a flat back, heart leads, just like we would. Elbow comes down to one side of the knee, and the other side has the hand that rests there or hangs on. And then we're flat backed and we're right here. The other option is if you can't hinge forward far enough, maybe keeping an extension if you don't have a brick or block or book. The other part is this will lift you up if you hang on to the brick and it's across the lap and you still have that hip width distance apart. You still have the nice flat back. We are looking for that flat back, whether you are hinged up, lengthened up, or that you're able to come all the way down. So here we go. Coming into our windmills, flat in the back. Our gaze is forward, our heart is forward, arm is to our side. Let's inhale and lengthen and open to that side. And let's exhale and let that arm float down. So let the exhale take over here. We're letting the breath take over with the body. Let's inhale and extend up. We exhale, we float the arm down. Inhale, extending up. Exhale, floating the arm down. Inhale, extending into windmill. Exhale, releasing. We only have one more here. And we're going to hold the breath, as in holding the pose as we breathe. Inhale, reaching up. Let the exhale. We have two more breaths here. One more breath. And let's exhale, release that. We're going to switch to the opposite side. So remember, flat back, shoulders forward. We're just hinged at the hips. You could always use a block. You could always use a phone book. Or maybe this elbow doesn't come all the way down and you're still keeping that flat back and forward, but you're hanging on to that opposite leg or knee. So if you can, bring the elbow down. Let's bring the arm down. We want to have that nice flat back. Inhale into windmill. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, windmill. Exhale, releasing, allowing that arm to float down. Inhaling, opening up. Exhale, letting go. Inhale. And exhale. The next one, remember, we're going to hold it. We're holding the pose for 3 breaths. Inhale, coming up. 2 more breaths. And let's exhale, bring it back down. As we're here, if we can cross that other arm, like I said, the elbows can be lifted. We just want to have a flat back, so roll the shoulders back. Even allow the heart to move forward between the arms that are crossed. Each hand and arm is on opposite leg, laterally on the knee. And we're just lengthening through a flat back, heart forward, lengthen through the neck. Take a nice deep expanding breath. Exhale, if you can, allow some coming down here by bending the elbows. Inhale, it's lengthen, keep the arms crossed. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, keep those arms crossed. And exhale, bringing it back down. Let's release the arms. Bring the elbows into the ribcage, hands on top of the knees. Each hand this time is on the same side. We still have feet that are grounded. We still have a nice flat back. As we have that extension in our back, let's go ahead and just extend one arm straight forward from the shoulder. So it's not above the shoulder, it's straight forward from the shoulder. Keep length in the back. Let's exhale and bring it back down. We're going to move to the opposite arm. Let's inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and hinge all the way up. You can press into the sole or to the palms of the hands. Let's draw up and over, reaching all the way overhead. And And exhale, bring it all the way back down. We're going to bring one hand to the lap. We want to keep our eyes focused at our fingertips. So the arm that is down by the side, we're sitting nice, comfortable, tall. We have relaxed. And in fact, to add to this exercise, this is an option. You don't absolutely have to do it. Block or ball. Remember, the ball works, so does the block. You might have to come slightly forward to get it between those inner thighs. It's just an inch or two above the knees. You're squeezing again. We're grounding again. Remember, this is an option. Adding to this, one arm's going to stay still. We're going to bring the other arm down. We're going to bring our gaze. We want to keep our gaze on our hand, our fingertips the entire time. So let's inhale. Bring it all the way forward and up, reaching up. Exhale, we're going to twist through the waist, through the body. As the hips stay stable, bring it all the way back down to our side. Continue with the breath. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, open through the shoulder, the waist. Bring it all the way back down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, open, twist. Releasing down. 2 more to make 5. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, keep that extension. Lengthen through the back, lengthen through the arm. Inhale, lengthening up. Last one. Exhale. Bringing that hand all the way back down to the lap. We're switching to the other side. Let's bring that other arm down. Remember to keep the eyes on the fingertips on the hand. This is just as much eye-brain activity as it is our arms and our waist and our length. Twisting. Inhale. Let's come up. Exhale. Open up. Bring it all the way back down. Inhale. Coming up. Exhale. Opening. Bringing it back down. Inhale. Lengthen up. Exhale. Even we could slow this down. Makes it a little bit more difficult. This is good for us. Try to slow it down on the next 2. Slowing, deepening the breath as well. Extending, being a little bit more attentive to our length, to our body. Paying more attention. Bringing that present moment more into focus. And last one. Slowly bringing it all the way back down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's remove the brick. We're going to do a little more leg, arm work, coordination here. So here you might want to move back into your seat, more comfortable, more secure. Really, it's up to you. You just want to feel safe, secure, and comfortable here, being able to put the feet on the ground, being able to have our hip width distance apart. We're going to add legs and arms with our twist. So let's inhale, bring one leg up, dorsiflex, draw the arms up at the same time, lengthen through the torso. That same leg, we're twisting to that side. So that opposite arm comes forward, the other arm comes back, look over the shoulder as we exhale. Let's inhale, come forward and up, so it's a twist. Exhale, bring arms and leg down. We're going to move to the opposite side. Let's inhale, dorsiflex the foot, leg lengthens, arms come up. Exhale, twist that same direction. You're looking the same direction over the shoulder as the leg is lengthened. Inhale, draw it back up. Exhale, let's bring it back down. Again, inhale, drawing up the leg, dorsiflex. Exhale, look over the shoulder, twist. Inhale, let's lengthen all the way back up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, open. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, bring it down. 2 more sets here. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist open. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist. Over the shoulder. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, bring it down. Last set. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, leg lengthens, arms. Up. Exhale, twist open. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, let's lengthen the arms overhead. We want to come back into our sitting forward fold bend. Exhale, remember flat back, heart leads, arms to the side. Now here, as we take a couple of breaths, we can keep that heart forward, we can keep that back flat, we can even have hands on the knees to help us support our arms by our sides. Now if you're ready and your back is okay with this, remember if you have any low back issues, you need to pay attention. Make sure that you're in touch with the body. So you can always keep it here, or you can exhale and start to round and release. Remember to keep in touch with the breath here. We're still deeply breathing in and out of the nose, even if that expands us slightly off the lap and releases us all the way back down. Go ahead and start to come back into flat back. If we were rounded forward, we're coming back into flat back. We're going to open those arms, or hands on the knees is the other option. Open the arms, draw up and over. Inhale. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. We want to come into a few more stretches. So let's come towards the front of the chair again. And this time we're going to move to the side. So let's move ourselves to the side. Remember there is a back of the chair unless you're on a stool. So you could rest the hand, arm on the back of the chair. The other leg, you want to make sure it is off the chair so that you have hinging power here. You want to make sure that knee can go up, it can go down. The leg can extend here and without hurting yourself with the chair. So you're completely off the chair with this leg, but the other chair is completely stabilized. And make sure that you check your knee here, ankle alignment, toes point straight forward. And right now we're going to move into our warrior one. So here, if we're not able to extend back, it's okay that the knee comes straight down from that hip. And you can hang on to the chair. We're going to extend into warrior one. Bring up that arm. If you can, bring up the other arm. Hips forward facing. Remember to make this more challenging, you bring back that leg. You allow the heel to come to the ground like you would for warrior one. The hips still rotate forward and we're still lifting. So it's up to you on your options. Make sure you check in with your body, that you know your options here. Now as we shift from warrior one, we're going to move into our warrior two here. So our arm's going to come forward. Same arm to same leg. Reaches forward. Opposite arm moves back. Our hips went from forward facing to now opening to the side. Now as we open to the side, we're lengthened through the torso. Let's bring that gaze back over the forward facing here, knee and fingertips, looking over the fingertips. And as we exhale from our warrior two, we're going to sweep that back arm behind us, allow it to just stabilize. We're not putting a lot of pressure into it, it's just a guide. Palm faces up for that arm that's extending forward. We're coming to reverse warrior, so our hips are still open. Reverse warrior, we simply lift the gaze, lift the fingertips up towards the ceiling, and just try to lengthen. So we're lengthening upward as our feet are stabilizing downward into the earth. So we have the low half of our body, hips stabilizing all the way down through our feet, finding engagement as we lengthen tall through the torso and reach out through the fingertips and our gaze. Let's go ahead and exhale. We're going to release that. Gently start to bring that knee. If you did have the extension, that most challenging part of the pose, gently draw it forward. Now when we hang on to the back of the chair, we still have a little bit of stability. If you can, there's several options here. There's a belt option. You could bring the belt simply around that leg and maybe grab it with that same arm, same leg here, the other arm back of the chair. You could grab it, bring it down to about the ankle joint if you can. This is an option. We're trying to stretch our quad. So knee's going to point down and that heel's coming towards the glute. If you are not needing the belt, you can always just grab the ankle, dorsiflex the foot, keep the wrist extended as you grab the fingers around the ankle. Knee points down. If the knee starts to point out to the side, remember we're looking for downward. We're hips forward. The shoulders are rolled back. We have length through the spine. And we can even put pressure into that leg and stretch it even further so that the pressure moves into the fingertips to the hands. And let's go ahead and release that. You can release the belt if you used it. Just remember that the belt is always optional, so keep it close by you. Let's switch to the other side for some of our poses here. So remember, we're having on the chair, the one leg is stable. The other leg is able to move forward and back without having any hindrance from the chair or discomfort. And remember that our hips are forward facing as our arm can be back on the chair for stabilization. Our knee is aligned with our ankle. Our toes are pointed forward. Our hips are pointed forward. It's okay if we're not stretching so far back. That is super challenging. So you can always bring that knee. You could bring dorsiflexed and have the balls of the foot on the ground. Whatever is comfortable for you, wherever your challenge is today. So hips forward. Let's go ahead and inhale. Bringing one arm up. If you're ready for it, bring both arms up for our warrior one. Nice deep breaths here. We're going to move into warrior two here. So remember, same leg, same arm on that side is going to reach forward. The opposite arm reaches back. The hips shifted from forward facing to the side slightly. You might be facing forward at this time. Then you're going to look over those fingertips. Make sure that foot is nice and grounded, the front foot. And you're in warrior two. Coming back to the breath. Nice deep breaths as we extend, as we stabilize. And remember, we're going to release this arm back behind us. We want to come into our reverse warrior. This arm behind us is a guide. The other palm faces upward, reaching upward, gazing upward, bringing that length all the way up. Strengthen the legs as we press down into the ground and stabilize ourselves. And one more breath here. Let's exhale and slowly release. Okay, remember we're going to bend this knee. You can always use hand to ankle or grab a hold of the belt. It's easiest to just take the belt right below the knee and kind of roll it down or let it come down towards that ankle. And then while it's down, give the belt to the same arm hand as that leg. The other one comes back to the chair. You're stabilizing yourself. I know you're still half off that chair, so you're hanging on. And we're going to try and bring that down to the ankle. And then allow that knee to come forward. Allow that foot to be dorsiflexed. Nice deep breaths here. And know that you can also use hand on ankle. And then you can use pressure. So you can start to push into the hand, which opens up the quads even more. And let's gently start to allow that to release. Coming back forward. Releasing that belt. Let's come back into our chair, forward facing. Coming slightly forward, we want to come back into engaging our inner thighs, our pelvic floor, our abs, but especially our inner thighs and pelvic floor. So drawing the ball, the block, right between the legs again, squeezing those inner thighs, grounding the feet. We're going to move into our camel pose. So you may require a belt, maybe you don't. It's up to you. If you need a belt, then simply take the belt behind you. You could also interlace the fingers if we're not going to use a belt. So either way, you're forward enough that you can have something between the legs, squeezing, adding that pelvic floor lift. And we're going to add the arms here. So remember to, as we have that root lock here, we're also tucking in navel to spine. We want to keep nice length here. Hands are either interlaced or we have the belt behind us. Let's roll the shoulders back, squeeze the scapulas together. Let the heart lift, bring the gaze upward. Breathing here. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. And let's exhale. We're going to release the shoulders, bring the head back forward. Keep the engaged thighs and pelvis, hands to knees. Let's hinge forward, flat back, heart leads. Inhale, one arm comes forward. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, the opposite arm. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, bring both arms lengthening up and over with the torso. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's remove the ball or the block. Now we're getting ready for Shavasana here. You can do Shavasana in the chair. You can do it on the ground. You can do it in your couch, your bed, wherever it's most comfortable for you. I want you to be nice and comfortable. I will be reading today from Practicing the Power of Now. This is by Eckhart Tolle. So our meditation is going to bringing in the present moment. We are going back to third eye. Let's go ahead and find a comfortable spot. If we're sitting in our chairs, we want to be comfortable. So those knees now can be a little bit open. The legs can be open. If you're on the ground, if you're on the bed, you're releasing the legs. They're extending. Those feet are open. You're completely relaxed. You're letting the back lie on the floor. If you're sitting up, you're stacking the vertebrae, still lengthening. You can have palms face up. You could also today have palms face down. This is just simply keeping to yourself and just bringing the energy back to yourself. Palms face up is energy ready to receive, allowing universal energy to come in. So it's up to you whether you won't feel comfortable today with palms face down or palms face up. And as we lengthen and relax, we're shutting the eyes. We're getting back in touch with the breath where we started today. We're coming back to our third eye, our intuition. Allowing the mind to clear with each and every breath. Thoughts dissipating like clouds in the sky as you release. Relaxing through the head, through the shoulders, the neck, the torso. Each breath expanding through the body, releasing, relaxing, letting the tension release away from the body. Moving down through the torso, the pelvis, allowing you to relax all the way through the legs, all the way through the toes. As we get in touch with the breath, relax the body. Presence is needed to become aware of the beauty, the majesty, the sacredness of nature. Have you ever gazed up into the infinity of space on a clear night, awestruck by the absolute stillness and inconceivable vastness of it? Have you listened, truly listened, to the sound of a mountain stream in the forest, or to the song of a blackbird at dusk on a quiet summer evening? To become aware of such things, the mind needs to be still. You have to put down for a moment your personal baggage or problems. Any issues or thoughts of the past or the future, as well as all your knowledge. Otherwise, you will see but not see. You will hear but not hear. Your total presence is required. Direct your attention into the body. Feel it from within. Is it alive? Is there life in your hands, your arms, legs, feet, your abdomen, your chest? Can you feel the subtle energy field that pervades the entire body and gives vibrant life to every organ and every cell? Can you feel it simultaneously in all parts of the body as a single field of energy? Keep focusing on the feeling of your inner body for a few more moments. Do not start to think about it. Just feel. Feel within your body. More attention you give this feeling, the clearer and stronger this feeling will become. It will feel as if every cell is becoming more alive. And if you have strong visual sense, you may get an image of your body becoming luminous. Paying more attention to the feeling than to any image that may arise. An image, no matter how beautiful or powerful, is already defined in form, so there is less scope for penetrating more deeply. And as we're in our present moment, feeling deeply into our body, getting in touch with our emotions, our feelings, our most inner workings, coming back to the breath, the inhales, the exhales through the nose. Allowing us to bring an inner smile to the body as we bring gratitude. Allow it to shine as it comes to the face. Knowing you can bring this feeling with you throughout the day. Being in your present moment. Finding peace within that moment. Even if there's chaos all around you. Things happening. Things that we might not be able to control. Allow yourself to be in that present moment and finding the beauty from within. Focusing that gratitude. As we focus the gratitude in the heart and into the third eye, reconnecting here, third eye and heart. Bringing that intuition, that clear insight that we all have. Getting in touch with our body, our mind, our heart. And then when we're ready, we can start to bring movement back to the body with the breath. As we bring movement back, maybe stretching overhead for a moment, lengthening, stretching through the body, contracting, feeling renewed, regenerated, at peace. And as we're back, namaste. Thank you.